From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's got room. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, 43, 15.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. The Chiefs had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes finding Moore on the out route for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Mahomes going to throw. He finds his man, Sky Moore. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, then take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. On 2nd and very short, Herbert throws out left. It's caught by Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Lions 14, Chiefs nothing. Jack Fox.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing now is Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Let's go now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On first down, it's Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Taking it about the 16. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Mahomes now on first down. That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 8 yards to go on second down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Yellow! 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 Hey, 57, 43! 43!
Mahomes to throw once more. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Yellow! Yellow, 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 yellow.
And now we'll get a late timeout.
as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yellow, 15.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. On first down, Justin Herbert going for the deep ball.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. Now it's Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Chark. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 22,
Herbert. That's once again complete to Chark. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Yeah, he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead
and in for the Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Easy.
From the 27, Mahomes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw here. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco.
61 yards.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Herbert off of play action. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Right side and caught by Kohler.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yikes. Terrible kick. Headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Now Edwards-Helaire. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
82 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Right back to Swift again on second down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Wow, so they were already in field goal range. Now this and a completely new story to tell.
And frankly, what they're going to say when they review this game and go over it, they're going to tell the offense, he had one job. All right, you knew what you had to get done. You knew where we wanted to kick the field goal from. You know our range. Just take care of the football, and we win the game. Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Pass complete to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, 43, 15. Here, 15. Yellow.
Mahomes. He's got Edwards-Helaire on the out route.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
Go, Reed, go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This from long, very long range. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield.